Okay, so for this project, we're going to go to Google Sheets. So you're going to type Google Sheets into the search bar up at the top. They'll then click on the first option and then click Go to Google Sheets. Once in Google Sheets, you'll have to start a blank spreadsheet. Once a blank spreadsheet is open, they'll click up at the top where it says Unnamed Spreadsheet, and they'll replace that with Classroom Workout Data. Then, in their first 5 columns go up and down. So A is a column, B is a column, etc. And then rows go across. So 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth are all rows. So in A1, you're going to put name of classmates, a B1, number of jumping jacks, then push-ups, then sit-ups, then tuck jumps, in that order. Now, as you can see, name of classmates does not fit in A1. So in order to make it fit, we must click on this button right here that says text wrapping. And the center one where it says wrap, it wraps the words around each other so they go one underneath the other. And we must do that for all of these that don't fit correctly in their box. So then we're going to highlight them all and we're going to middle center them. So we're going to go to these line bars right here and click them center. And then we're also going to bold all of our titles. Then after that's done, we have to go through and put our classmates' names into this column right here. So once all of the classmates' names are listed in column 1, you're going to go down 2 spaces to A24, and you're going to write average in all capital letters. This row, row 24, will be where we put the average for each exercise that the class does. Now, we will input our data from the board into our chart. So number of jumping jacks, we will write for each classmate's name, how many jumping jacks they had, how many push-ups they had, how many sit-ups they had, and how many tuck jumps they had. Okay, so once we have recorded how many of each exercise our classmates have done, we need to go down to the average row under jumping jacks, and we need to find the average for this entire column. So what we're going to do is press the equal sign on our keyboard and then click AV average, and then right above it should be suggested, and it's going to say B2 colon B22, but I want the class to just click average instead of the numbers. I want them to input the numbers themselves. So then we're going to go, the first name is in cell B2. So we're going to put B and the number 2. And then we're going to click the colon. And then we're going to click B22. Then we'll close parentheses. Okay, so now that we've figured out how to do the average for one column, now for those students that are gearing up, they can use multiple different formulas to find each average. So for example, in this next column, instead of doing the easy way of B2 colon B22, they can do equal sum, add all the numbers together, divided by the number that there are. And if they're gearing down, if this activity is too hard for them, then what they can do is they can take this number right here, drag the corner, and drag it all the way across to take that formula and multiply it many of times. Now, whether they're gearing up or gearing down, I only want them to have a whole number. So all of these decimal places need to go away. So what we're going to do is highlight the entire row. We're going to go up here to the decreased decimal places and just back it up all the way until I have a whole number. If at this point those students that are gearing down and find this activity way too hard will be done. because they will have all of their data inputted and they would have found their averages using formulas in the spreadsheet. If they're gearing up, they have the opportunity to color code. So they can go through and make these headings whatever color they'd like by using the fill button, and they could choose whatever colors they want. They can also, if they want to, go and highlight the girls and give the girls a color and give the boys a color. It is completely up to them at this point. If they do choose to color code, I want them to put a key over to the side in column G. So they would type key and then put the colors that they chose. And then type girl, boys, and explain why they chose each color and what each color would stand for. So then, for example, if I chose yellow for jumping jacks, they'd go down, click yellow, and put jumping jacks in that text box. And then if they want to get really tricky with it, they can take their key and they can put borders around it. So whatever borders they want to, they can put it around their key. So then at the end, they have something that looks like this. This is the complete finished product. If they've done the averages using the formulas, they've done the key, they've done the color coding, and they have all their classmates listed with all the information. This is what the finished product should look like. After they are finished, they need to go to print. It should show up like this. They will need to click portrait so that it shows up. The page is long ways up and down. And then I want them to click fit to page instead of fit to width. As soon as that's done, they click next, and then they can send it to the printer by choosing print. And they only need to print one copy in color so that I can grade it.